Hey guys, how's it going? Otaku Mike here, back again with another video for you guys today. If you're new to the channel, you like what you see, you like the content that I create, consider subscribing, click the notification button for all your new Otaku Mike videos. But without further ado, let's get into this manga first impressions. So the manga that we are looking at today is a reimagining of an old Osamu Tezuka work. We are looking at the Legend of Dororo and Hyakkimaru. What is this manga about? Well, it's about feudal Japan, demons, and a thief, and a guy who has fake body parts. So I didn't know much about this manga going into it. I knew people really enjoyed the original when it came out, and they enjoyed the anime. I knew this from the old PlayStation 2 game, Blood Will Tell. That's how I know of this original story. Well, not this original story, but, the old story. This is an interesting remake or reimagining. I don't know how much of it follows the original story, but our story is about a lone samurai who is wandering the world looking for demons to basically make himself whole. Because as a young boy, I believe demons stole his internal organs and body parts, and he has to go kill, I think, 100 demons in order to make himself human again, because he is not human at the moment. But where this story starts off is we meet a young boy named Dororo, and Dororo is an orphaned thief looking for basically any way to survive in this horrible world where people were just dying left and right because of this war. He steals some food, and he gets caught, unfortunately, trying to help a monk who is starving. Sadly, the monk, I believe, dies before he can get the food to help him. This is when our two characters meet. The samurai that captured Dororo run into Hyakkimaru, and just so happens a demon shows up at this point to where they're about to kill Dororo, and Hyakkimaru saves Dororo's life and is basically like, hey, if you watch over my prosthetic arms, because he has swords in his forearms. If you watch these prosthetic arms from me, I'll basically protect you. I'll basically help you out if you help me out, type of thing. And this is where things really get interesting, because Dororo just wants to be a master thief, and he basically wants to follow Hyakkimaru around to steal the swords that are in his arms. That's kind of what it boils down to. It's kind of almost like a love-hate relationship, kind of like Hyakkimaru kind of tolerates Dororo, and Dororo just wants to be a master thief and steal stuff and whatnot. But in a nutshell, that's basically what the premise is. Hyakkimaru is wandering this world trying to find the demons to restore his body. We don't really get his full backstory in this first volume. We get hints of it here and there throughout it, but we don't get the full story for Hyakkimaru. And this is an interesting first volume because it was split up into chunks. The first two chapters are the Legend of Hyakimaru, and that is basically our introduction to this world through Dororo's eyes. I really like the aspect of seeing Hyakimaru through Dororo's point of view. And the next chunk is the Legend of Bandai, which is Hyakkimaru and Dororo going to this village and finding out that it is basically essentially being controlled by demons, and they have to kill the demon in order to help the villagers. I don't know if the rest of this manga is going to be like that, split up into chunks of story, or we're getting an overarching story, with, not less monster of a week type of vibe, where they go to a village, solve a problem, and they go on to the next part. That's cool and all, but I would like to see more of a how do I put it? Fuller story. Maybe we'll eventually get that. I feel like we will eventually get more of a story for this series. I really felt like this was a very good start to introduction into the world of Dororo and Hyakkimaru. As somebody who has not read the original works, I really enjoyed it. I liked the artwork. I thought the artwork was amazing and really, really well done. I felt like the panels flowed very well. The story never felt like it dragged on, as some manga tend to do sometimes. It flowed very well. I liked the portrayal of our characters. We had, the plucky Dororo, and Hyakkimaru is very cold and standoffish. He doesn't really show that many emotions at the beginning of this book, but later on you start to see that he does have human emotions, and he does somewhat care for Dororo in a certain way. And they do make a good team. They make a pretty good team. It was a really interesting first start to this, but all in all, to wrap this video up, I felt like this is a very strong first volume. It hooked me in with the mystery of what exactly happened to Hyakkimaru, and does he have to defeat every demon or just specific demons? I liked the interactions that our two main characters had, and it'll be interesting to see where exactly their relationship goes from here in the manga. And it's interesting to see where exactly this story goes, because I have honestly no idea where this story will go when it ends up. I will be picking up volume 2 to check more of it out, because it left me really interested to see what exactly happened to this guy who got his body parts stolen from demons. But if you're looking for a samurai manga, I recommend checking this out. If you're not interested in reading the original works, this is also a good one to check out, especially if you're not into the old Osamu Tezuka art style. This has a more modern depiction or art style to the manga. It was violent, it was fun, it's just all around a cool read and fun and entertaining. But yeah, it's cool. You do get a little bit of Osamu Tezuka's art style sprinkled in throughout some of the background characters, which is a pretty cool nod to the original series. But I feel like this series does stand pretty well for a first volume. It's a pretty strong first volume, and I can I cannot recommend it enough. So go check it out. Let me know what your thoughts are about it, if you have read this, or if you've read the original work or the anime as well. Comment down below. I would love to hear your feedback. Thanks a lot, guys. I'm Otaku Mike, and I'll catch you guys later.